Hey, how are you?
Before the Maryland General Assembly went into session on Friday, we requested an interview with State Delegate Gary Simmons, who represents Arundel County's District 12B at his Annapolis office.
Hi, Delegate. How are you?
Delegate Simmons was eager to speak to us. We began by asking about his background and why he ran for office.
What led you to public office? This is your first term here in Annapolis.
Yeah, and it's a calling. Public service is a calling because the pay ain't there, right? We know you don't do it for the money. You do it for service above self. And although that's an old rotary terminology, it applies to everything that we do in public service, that we have to always remember the greater good, and that's our constituents.
We then asked about campaign finance spending identified in state filings, part of weeks-long review by Spotlight on Maryland.
Absolutely. We do have a couple questions speaking about that and accountability and whatnot. So some of your colleagues, they've actually printed out a source of your campaign finance reports. Most recently, in 2025, there were thousands of dollars of personal meals during the legislative session that were taken out of your campaign account. A lot of people are saying that that was you, that you debited your campaign finance account for those meals during session. What's your answer to those people?
You know, unfortunately, this is the ongoing thing that is taking place, and I can't comment on it. I can tell you that I am accountable to my residents. I'm accountable to my constituents, and every day I get up to serve the constituents of Arundel County and the members of District 12B.
Ongoing in what regard?
Meaning that we're making sure that we're checking balancing all the things that we need to do when it comes to the campaign finance and the accountability of those funds.
Maryland Board of Elections records show that in 2025, Delegate Simmons' campaign spent nearly $26,000. During the 2025 legislative session, approximately $2,500 were spent on food and restaurants, including $115 at Toe River Steak and Fish House, $142 at Seaside Restaurant, and $70 at Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant. State law prohibits lawmakers from campaigning during the 90-day legislative session.
But there was also expenditures that occurred in a trip to Boston. There's also expenditures to a casino. Is this what campaign finance money and your donors' money should be used for?
I'm not clear when you say a casino.
Yeah, there was a casino expenditure that occurred here as well, I believe. But there are certainly expenditures to Boston, Massachusetts. What campaign activity occurred in Boston, Massachusetts?
Conferences. We go to conferences.
And that's for the election, for your re-election? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Campaign finance filings show more than $6,600 in donor money was spent on out-of-state travel. That includes $1,296 spent at Beau Rivage Resort and Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi in October and December, and nearly $3,700 in travel to the New England area shortly after Simmons' wedding.
But how about the expenditures that you made for McDonald's and time here in Annapolis when you've been serving the people that clearly is not designed for your re-election efforts?
Why wouldn't it be? Everything I do as an elected official is designed for my campaign and election. I'm an elected official. Everything that I do, I work 7 days a week to serve the people of my district. And every day that I get up, I'm up from 5 in the morning to sometime 11 o'clock at night doing the work of the district every day. I'm in my district, and you can go talk to people in the district. You will find that I'm there.
So we listened to the delegate and went to Brooklyn Park, which is part of his district.
Should he return the donor money that he spent?
Definitely. Definitely. I think he should. And I don't think that should be allowed for politicians to use funds inappropriately that way.
That's nice of him.
Do you think that he should return the funds that he spent?
Absolutely.
Should he be prosecuted for expending these funds?
At the very least, I think he should lose his position in Annapolis. Very least. It sounds like he's a crook.
We are not aware of any charges filed against the delegate.
Are you going to reimburse your campaign for some of these?
Absolutely. Anytime, in any way, that's a part of the process, right? So we have accountants. When they alert to things that may be an overexpenditure, then it is paid back. That is a simple process. That is something built into it because I'm not a finance specialist. I'm the politician. We have someone who deals with that. That's what is important, you know. So there's nothing here that I do intentionally to deceive the public because the public is why I'm here.
We will continue to review campaign finance filings, seek responses from state officials, and follow any action by election authorities. In Annapolis, I'm Gary Collins with Spotlight on Maryland.
State Election Administrator Jared DeMarinis responded to Spotlight on Maryland's questions about personal meals during sessions, out-of-state travel, and use of campaign money for recreation. He says state law clearly prohibits personal use or benefit of campaign funds by the candidate. He says in the fact pattern provided, the description of the activities would be deemed personal, not electoral. He also says any consequences would be referred to the state prosecutor.
If you have a tip for our Spotlight on Maryland team, contact them at the number on your screen. You can also send an email to spotlightonmaryland@sbgtv.com. I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.